Ding, 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 ding. John Green, boom, hit the Google, and then it was like, explosion on my screen. I'm like, wow. Right, okay, so you're that John Green. And then it started.
AFC Wimbledon is a truly extraordinary football club. It's owned and run by its fans. I mean, there's no big money behind it. Basically, Hank, it's the most awesome football club in the world, and I want to help them stay in the football leagues.
AFC Wimbledon, the Phoenix Club, formed as a direct reaction to Wimbledon FC being relocated 56 miles north to Milton Keynes. The club is now a thriving League One team, but their recent history contains the unlikely story of the digital world of football funding the real world of football.
He started to say about, he's got these ideas on a way that he can fund the sponsorship, and that was by his YouTube channel. Well, I didn't even know what a YouTube channel was at the time, and then when he said about he was going to play FIFA, whatever it was, I was just like, well, okay, I know you've got to have an imagination to be an author, but surely this is potty.
All ad revenue from the videos will go to sponsor the actual real AFC Wimbledon team.
Oh, it has to be! Get it, oh, what a beautiful goal! John Green's ball, another John Green.
So here we are, the Tunnel of Dreams, the home of AFC Wimbledon, and there it is in its entirety, the John Green stand. What a magnificent structure. To understand that whole concept, I didn't really, and I don't think many people did at that time. I'm a football purist. I've been going since I was like, 6, 7 years old, week in, week out, and all of a sudden none of that doesn't compute the same way anymore, because there's this guy who's just transcended anything that I've ever heard in a football fan.
While John Green part funds a real-life third-tier football club via advertising revenue from his YouTube channel, another YouTube personality, Spencer Owen, has this season formed another club that is already achieving huge appeal online.
#United is an online football team that play games against other football teams, but ultimately it's a group of mates playing football with more people watching us than we probably deserve based on our ability.
Communicating to a generation in a language they understand, #apes the world of the computer game FIFA by competing in a virtual league. This means they set themselves a points target and only get promoted if they achieve it. Existing in this virtual league, online and via YouTube, the narrative journey of # is completely in the hands of its creators Spencer and his brother Seb Carmichael Brown, #'s commercial director.
I see # as a catalyst for an alternative way of consuming football. I want us to stand for the things that, let's face it, mainstream football aren't doing properly, in my opinion. They're not making enough noise, they're not standing up for the things they should be. I'd be lying if I said I haven't fallen out of love with it a little bit in recent years, off the back of the FIFA scandals, off the back of Qatar getting the World Cup, Russia getting the World Cup and keeping it. Why not have a second system that doesn't have to be the most elite level of football, but people there are all there for one reason, that's because we love the game.
Football might be Sunday league, but the business acumen is first class, with the brothers' adeptness within the rules of the new world, meaning their viewing figures regularly reach 500,000 per video, and the commercial opportunities are potentially endless.
There's a new media wave happening now that's well beyond #United or Spencer or anything like that. It's the way that people are now spending their time consuming video format or media. They're not coming home from school or work and turning the television on anymore. They're putting their gaming stations on, or they're coming online and watching YouTube. So very similar, Coca-Cola would spend their money, or any other brands like Umbro or whoever else would spend their money on a previous form of media in the past. They're now starting to allocate some of that budget towards people like us, because it's where they can get a much better return. Simple as that, really.
Premier League Executive Chairman Richard Scudamore said last year that he believes digital gaming and social media are among the biggest threats to keeping youngsters engaged in football. But that hasn't stopped a wave of big clubs from all over Europe buying into this space by signing up gamers to play FIFA for them. They see it as an opportunity. In the UK, West Ham and Manchester City have done similar. City see themselves as being at the cutting edge of digital engagement. I wanted to find out more about their strategy, so I paid a visit to the global headquarters of City Football Group Marketing, the holding company that owns not just Manchester City, but 4 other clubs around the world. We meet not in Manchester, but at the top of a glass skyscraper in central London.
The more global one's fan base becomes, the more we have a responsibility to try to get closer to those fans, and recognizing the challenges that many of those fans won't ever be able to travel over to the UK and come to a match in Manchester. We would love to be able to find other ways, and digital for sure gives us those opportunities to interact and connect with those fans. I know in the US, many kids start loving the professional football game by playing the console-based game.
Later this year in London, the winner of the FIFA Interactive World Cup will walk away with a cool $200,000. I wanted to see what it takes to get to the top of this lucrative new profession. So I headed off to a sleepy suburb in West London to meet Tassal Rushan, otherwise known as #Tass. Earlier this year, he was ranked #1 in the world. But rather than playing for a big club like Manchester City, he turns out in the blue and yellow of #United.
We're playing what they play in real life. So there's a link. It's not even that we're playing like some random game, some like shooting game or something. Do you know what I mean? We're literally playing the virtual version of what they do in real life. Do I think I'm a sportsman? I'd say I wouldn't like to make that proclamation. I think if other people want to say that, I don't mind taking that tag at all. The commitment that you need to put in is just like any sport. I think the saying goes, hard work beats talent when talent doesn't want to work hard, or something like that. If FIFA didn't explode, I would have had to go back to university. 100%, it's a career going forward.
So where are we heading here? Without doubt, as in France and Holland, a parallel E-Premier League is just round the corner.
I think for sure it's more of an opportunity. Do I think it's going to be growing? Absolutely. Do I think that's going to be part of a a virtuous circle of getting more interest in the sport and more knowledge of the players? I definitely do. That's a fundamental premise of how fan creation can begin in some ways, and for sure can develop.
Top FIFA players will probably become just as famous as your Messis and Ronaldos, but who will they play for? #United seem well set to cash in on this new digital world. They get it, they understand it. But surely the more successful they are, the more distant they will become from the philosophy on which they were founded.
With regards to the esports side of things, we're right at the dawn of what that could be. You've already got a proven backstory in people watching FIFA content online in their millions, billions actually on YouTube, and now you've got the competitive element being added to that and the esports element, and for us we only see it going in one way, which is absolutely through the roof.
#United score the first goal at Wembley. Dan Brown gets the goal in this famous stadium.
As for the big clubs from the traditional world of football, will they manage to work it out? Will they adapt? Time will tell. One thing is for certain, the real world of football is getting so entwined with the digital world that you can hardly see where one starts and the other ends.